EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete to open things up.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Lawrence getting this into the hands of his tight end, Zach Davidson. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Lawrence going to get this to Etienne. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They go play action now. Lawrence. They try to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jimmy Moreland. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Room to run past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another completion there. We think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career, an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. On the counter, Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. We're scoreless after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And he's got this down to the 35. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team run the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, 35 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Watson now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
I thought that Brandon Cooks took over the #1 role for the Texans after DeAndre Hopkins was shipped to Arizona, and he wound up with a team-leading 81 catches in 2020, his most since 2015.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57. Blue there.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
56, Mike 24. We want it.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll try the air now with Watson. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Faking the give. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down and inside the 5-yard line.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. David Johnson. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence. He'll check it down to Bell. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL started. Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Being chased out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said...
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Josh Allen able to drop him for a loss of a couple. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. But just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
On 1st and 10, Watson. It's his target. It's Adrian Peterson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 2nd down, it's Peterson, and he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Get it down.
Watson on 1st down. And that's complete to Cooks. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 59 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam. From
the red zone now, Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Peterson. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run with Peterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Adrian Peterson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Texans have taken the lead. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Lonnie Johnson picks it, and they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Oh, mistake there. The kickoff out of bounds.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play action. It's Lawrence. That's to the tight end, Davidson. And some room to roam now. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
You get a rookie tight end who can run like this, it just gives this offense a different dimension than they've had. It's going to be fun to watch his development and how this offense expands as this season moves along.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jags are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. After the touchdown, Cook now. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. Here's Chris Claybrooks to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He'll drop this one off with ETN. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And someone must have been in this hot sun a little too long. They've got the punt team out there. And just to clarify, it is not 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Watson, a little touch pass on the jet sweep. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A big pickup there on the run. If you're an Adrian Peterson fan, that's the sign that you want to see right there on the other end. They got to learn to get him down, or this could be a long one.
And it's also the sign that his team wanted to see. Him making that type of a run, having a force and an impact on the game that early, that really demoralizes the defense because they realize it could be a long game trying to get him on the ground.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Lawrence's throw taken in by Chark. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play for the Jaguars. Well, if you pull up his college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
And Chark calls it in. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Jags have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return, Tremont Smith. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last,
looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
And the Jaguars are eager to see what Laviska Shenault and Trevor Lawrence can do together. Shenault was a second-round pick in 2020, and they're going to move him like a chess piece all over the formation and even put him in the backfield.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Right there, Shenault for the Jacksonville touchdown. Laviska Shenault there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have taken a 13-0 lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Here's Smith to return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. 2 points down, you coming. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Here's Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Akins. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first two possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Out of the gun, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
On 1st down, Lawrence. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. A fairly short kick from the 14. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
On 1st down, Watson. Dumping it off for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he's finally down at the 21-yard line.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down, it's Watson. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And the Jags are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. 1:50 to go here in the first half. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Forced out to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Laviska Shenault, 76 yards. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the rookie, Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars will take over possession here up at the 44. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They go play action with Lawrence. Rolling to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, Lawrence. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Shifts by him. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football. Right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Undercrunch. 31. Undercrunch. Slam.
Back to throw, Watson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll be a little too hot to handle.